The markets this morning are responding in part to word of a new case of coronavirus in California. The patient appears to have no ties to travel or anyone who's been overseas. Still, President Trump last night insisted Americans shouldn't be panicking.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. And we have the greatest experts in the world, really in the world, right here. The people that are called upon by other countries when things like this happen. We're ready to adapt, and we're ready to do whatever we have to as the disease spreads, if it spreads.
Anjalee Khemlani joins us now. Anjalee, the president says the risk is low to Americans, but is it? I look at it through the prism of the stock market. The stock market says, no, definitely the risk is high.
Well, the stock market, from what I understand, and the individuals that I've spoken to, has a lot to do with the uncertainty that we have. So the risk may still actually be low. It's just a matter of we don't know how far, when, where we will see this spread. And so that's where the concern, I think, is largely coming from.
So the president is leaving the door open for, I guess, more travel restrictions for Americans. What do we know so far?
So far, we know that, again, the option is there. Nothing seems like it is going to be deployed just yet, but whatever has already been put in place will remain. We know there's been strict screening at all the major airports. We've got the flu strategy, in place so we can detect it in all the major cities. And that's really where the largest area of concern comes from, right? Because if we look at the spread in some of the smaller areas, that's a lot easier to contain. But once you get to the larger cities, that's where the scarier part of it comes in, especially because we have so many asymptomatic cases recorded in China and around the world.
Is it a surprise to see Vice President Pence take the lead on this instead of HHS Chief Alex Azar?
That's definitely one of those internal politics things. I don't know if you heard, but Azar definitely took control of the microphone at the end, saying, "You're misunderstanding. I'm still in charge." So we'll wait to see just how much it plays out and they play together. But it is an interesting move for sure. We know that there was talk about somebody being put in charge of the response, other than the president. So the fact that it's the vice president is very, very interesting move.
And what about a vaccine? I mean, there's talk that Gilead or Moderna are working on these. We've seen their stocks rally because of that. What does the timeline realistically look like for a vaccine? So
the vaccine is a separate case from what Gilead is working on. Gilead is actually working on a treatment, and that's very different. So that does, in fact, have a shorter term success rate, and we could see that really used on the market pretty soon. But the vaccine, still 1.5 years out.
Oh. All right. Thanks so much.
Hey, investors. Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.